friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to talk all about the work of the author duo Christina Lauren. So if you don't know, they have written both series, standalones, and YA novels, and I have read a bunch of them. I have a bunch that I have liked, some that I have not. And we're going to go through and chat all about the books that I read, and then I'm going to rank them from my favorite to the least favorite. They have written 2 series, the Beautiful series, which has 10 books, the Wild Seasons series, which has 5 books. They have written 3 YA novels, 𝒍𝒊𝒏𝒌𝒔 and autobiography, and they have written 9 standalone novels, including Dating You, Hating You, Roomies, Love in Other Words, Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating, My Favorite Half Night Stand, The Unhoneymooners, Twice in a Blue Moon, The Honey Don't List, In Holidays, and they have a new book coming out this year in 2021, The Soulmate Equation. And yes, it is on my most anticipated book releases for this year, and I'm really excited. I've not read either of their series or any books in their series, so this is really their standalones that I'm going to be talking about today. But I did read one of their YA titles, and that is Autobiography and this is about our main character Tanner, who enrolls in this writing program where over the semester they are going to completely write a full novel. In that program he meets Bastion Brother, who is this Mormon prodigy, and it is their romance. So it's a little bit forbidden because in the Mormon religion they do not believe in same-sex relationships, so it does have a forbidden element woven into it, but this is a YA story. Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren, and as you can probably guess by the title, this is a hate to love romance story about 2 high-powered agents, what they will and they won't do to get everything that they want. This is an office-like place romance story. They are up for the same job and they are competing for the same job. Next up is Roomies, and this is a forced proximity, fake dating type of romance story about, you have Holland, who is the main character. She is living in New York City. She works with one of her uncles on this Broadway show, and the lead musician and the lead actor in the show are like stopping, and so she's trying to help her uncle find someone to like fill the role. So she suggests this guy named Calvin, who is this Irish street musician that she's had a crush on. She sees him playing on the 50th Street subway all the time, and she recommends him. And because he's in the country illegally, she decides that she's going to marry him so she can get the proper documentation so he can stay in the country and work on this Broadway show with her uncle. Next up, I know not a lot of Christina Lauren fans really like this one, so if you are a Christina Lauren fan and you do like this one, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm talking about Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, and this is I don't know what this one is. I would say like second chance, but it's also like friends to lovers as well. This is told in 2 different timelines. You have Macy and Elliot when they were kids, and then you have them kind of bumping into each other again. So they're friends when they're teenagers that become kind of lovers, and then there's a break apart and you figure out why and all of that, of course, but then they bump into each other later on. Where Macy, she's kind of moved on with her life. She's actually engaged to be married to this like wonderful guy. She has a great job, and she bumps into her first love, and it's about them reconnecting and stuff like that. So I really liked this one. So yeah, if you like kind of friends to lovers but also second chance, highly recommend. Next up, we have Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. I matched this one today. This is also a friends to lovers romance story about Josh and Hazel. Hazel is this really quirky character, and they actually knew each other in college, and then now she has inserted herself back into Josh's life after he recently had a bad breakup, and she decides that they should start setting each other up on double blind dates, and they start going on these double blind dates, and they realize that none of them are working out. The dates just get progressively worse, and then it turns into their romance story, and it's so cute. Another friends to lovers romance story is My Favorite Half Night Stand, and this is about a criminology professor that uses a fake dating profile to flirt with her best friend and professor. They've been friends for a while. It's kind of like a group of them that all create profiles, like dating profiles, and then she ends up creating a second profile, and it's the second hidden profile that actually matches with her friend. So very interesting. Next up is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and I know a lot of you guys have probably heard of this one. I think this is one of their more popular ones, at least of the standalones. This is a hate to love, fake dating relationship type trope. So you have Ethan and Olive, and they hate each other, but when their siblings get married and everybody in the wedding party gets sick at the wedding, they have to take the honeymoon that the newlyweds were supposed to. So they're going there, they're going off to paradise, they think it's going to be a great vacation. Olive ends up bumping into her boss, and someone at the resort mentions like Mrs., and then she basically has to play it off that she's there on her honeymoon. So instead of just being able to have this, like, you know, they were just planning to go their separate ways when they got there and just like enjoy the time off, but they end up having to play it off like they're the ones that recently got married, and it ends up being their romance story. Super cute, you guys. Another second chance romance is Twice in a Blue Moon. In this one, our main characters Sam and Tate meet when Tate is on this whirlwind vacation when she's like 18 years old, and they immediately kind of have a connection, but then at the end of that vacation something ends up happening. They go their separate ways. Now 14 years later, Tate is this up and coming actress, and she's about to walk onto the set of the movie that is supposed to be her big break, and who's there but the man that broke her heart all those years ago, and it's their second chance. Next up, we have The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren, and this is the story of two assistants traveling with their bosses, the Trips, up the west coast of the United States. They're on, the Trips are on a book tour selling this book about marriage and marriage advice and stuff like that, and their assistants are doing everything in their power to keep their bosses' secrets hidden and to keep their jobs secure. And it's their romance, and it's so cute. So it's not like the Chip and Joanna of the book, it's their assistant's romance story. Forced proximity because they're like you know, traveling. They're doing like a book tour. The final one I want to talk to you about is their newest release, In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. And this is a holiday romance story, soulmates, bonded destiny story. Our main character, May, who every year goes to the family Utah cabin for Christmas, and they have all of these fun Christmas activities that they do. But this Christmas, when she really needed it to be a great Christmas, things kind of turn out not as great, and she finds out at the end of that trip that it's going to be the last time that they all get together for Christmas there. And on her way home with her parents, they get into an accident, and it's like this Groundhog's Day alternate reality. She gets a chance to go back and try to make everything right. Yeah, so if you're looking for like a holiday romance, if you're looking for a bonded destiny soulmates, this is the one for you. I have 10 books that I have read by Christina Lauren. Coming in at number 10 is Dating You, Hating You, which is surprising to me because I usually love hate to love romance, and I really did like the pranks that the characters were playing with each other, but it just wasn't great. I don't know, there was just something off about it. I usually like office romance or workplace romance as well, but this one just did not do it for me. Coming in at number 9 is My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. I didn't like this for the catfishing. While she didn't set out to be manipulative or to catfish her friend Reed, when he didn't pick up on her clues that she was trying to leave him, she should have just come out and told him. And especially because after she realized he wasn't catching on, and then they were still having like sexual like encounters, she still was asking about the girl online that she was pretending to be. So I felt very manipulated by her. Next up, in spot number 8, comes Roomies by Christina Lauren. And this one also, while I did like the romance, what I didn't like about it is that he was in the country illegally. It was only because, I mean, it was a fake relationship. Like, they basically lied to get him to stay in the country. So if you're wondering, I did a reading vlog where I read these 3 books. So if you want more of my full in-depth thoughts of these 3 books, definitely check out that vlog. I will try to remember to link it down below for you. All right, moving on to some better stuff. Coming in at number 7 is Twice in a Blue Moon. And I liked the beginning part when they were younger, but then the older on the movie set and all that, I just didn't like it. It was too much drama for me and I just couldn't be invested. Coming in at number 6 is Autobiography, and the only reason I'm rating this lower is I don't really read a lot of YA or enjoy a lot of YA anymore. And while I really did enjoy this, I just enjoyed the others more, I think. But this was kind of, I could have had this a little bit higher, but I just don't read as much YA anymore. So that's why it's in this spot. Coming in at number 5 is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. When I originally read this, I read it around Christmas time. So obviously I was absolutely in love with the Christmas vibes, but there were some unexplained things. So it's probably more of a 4 stars than a 5 stars, but like, I'm not changing my rating because when I read it, it was a 5 stars. So yeah, holiday romance, really, really cute. Don't expect too much of it because it doesn't really like explain the time travel or the Groundhog's Day thing. And like, there's definitely like plot holes, but like, you know. Next up, I was really surprised by this one, and I actually rated this one lower than I rated the other one, but I just really liked something about this. The Honey Don't List comes in at number 4, and yeah, I was really shocked because I guess maybe because my expectations were so low, because I know not a lot of people enjoy this one, but how cute is this? Highly recommend you read this for Valentine's Day. And at number 3 is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Depending on my mood, this could definitely be higher as well. I just really enjoyed this. I loved this. Also tackles like the girl's mother dying and telling the dad that they're gonna need a place to get away. Like, she kind of like left a list for the dad to like help him be a dad to like a growing young woman, and one of the things was to like get a place that they could like go away to get away from everything. And that's where she met Elliot, and I don't know, it was just, so it had like a little bit of grief, and it had just like seeing them fall in love as like teenagers, and then like knowing that they weren't together now, and then like seeing them immediately reconnect as like adults. It was just like so freaking cute. I loved it, and I'm surprised not more people enjoy this. Next to, like, it really does depend on my mood, but coming in at number 2, I think I always go back and forth. Like, it's been a while since I've read these, like not that long, but like, oh man, what am I gonna put? I think I'm gonna do it like this. Coming in at number 2 is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I guess this is going to be at number 2, like, ooh. And that means that coming in at number 1 is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I really do like something about like the fake dating and again the hate to love aspect of this. So I guess I just do love like hate to love, and I think this is kind of like a standout book for people that don't like hate to love, because they weren't really like, it didn't seem like really hate. It seemed like she didn't like him for some reason, but like he never really like did not like her. So yeah, it's just really cute. And this one too, so like, can I put these both at number 1 because they're so freaking good. You read similar to me. I would definitely say these are the 4 to pick up. I love these like equally, and these 2 are probably a little, you know, a little bit lower, but also just like really, really good. So those are my thoughts on all of the Christina Lauren books that I have read. I'm really looking forward to the soulmate equation in May, but let me know if you like Christina Lauren, which book is your favorite, which ones you still have left to read, if you recommend the series, and all that stuff down in the comment section down below. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!